again. I am back, like I said, with the masculine energy singles for the single men. The energy that I picked up from you all, I told you it was similar to you all are actually should be thankful because you're actually being carried by the divine masculines who are actually leading the energy for you all. And it is you all are on their energy, so you're stepping into these fresh new cycles. And if you watched that reading earlier, if not, it's on my page. It is, that's what it, you all are cute. It is the breakthrough that you all's ancestors were hoping for, where the black man is not, being seen as dangerous or angry or fearful or as a threat or anything of the such. You're just out here just being that, and this world is opening up to you all and it's changing. I know that it's scary for you all. So we're going to talk a little bit about the breakthroughs that are happening for you as far as energetically, new cycles, new people, spending habits, dating habits, some blockages that you all still have. A lot of men are still carrying, believe it or not, a lot of men, they still carry around a lot of women that they date. Wondering if, they'll date someone and it puts them in the mind frame of somebody else, and it was like, I wonder if she would have had, this with that, I wonder what she's doing now. Like, people, a lot of guys, they think back. A lot of guys recycle just as much as girls recycle. A lot, not all, but a lot. So, that's the thing. Sorry, I'm shuffling this deck, but they don't want to start here, so they're going to start with the Hoodoo Tarot again. Everyone has gotten this. Guess everybody is starting with the message from their ancestor. Again, this message is for masculines who are single. I cannot see you all's messages, so this is just me talking. I will get on here maybe tomorrow and answer some questions if people decide to come back. I may jump on here tomorrow afternoon. And I'm sorry, I didn't know if that was going to jump or not. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to keep this one. None of the rest. Are you sure you don't want this one? Do you keep it? Okay. The card that jumped out is the Pa card. Looks like the looks like the moon to me. Trying to get familiar with this deck, so bear with me. It looks like the moon. I will check it in just a second and I'll read the message. But yes, like I said, I will come back tomorrow and answer some questions. I will do questions on whatever y'all want. So if you pop in, you want to do love, finance, romance, as far as like mending relationships, as far as like friendships or mother-daughter or siblings or friendships or whatever, like those kinds of things, jobs, like what can I, like those kinds of things. I will do things for employment, future things, if you want to help clear some blockages, if you want to speak to a loved one. You got the big house and it's in the reverse. That's what the big house looks like. You all got it in the reverse. So as I'm flipping the cards, I'll go back in a second after I'm talking and tell you all what this stuff means. But I will do questions on just about anything. So whatever you want to know, I will do that. Are you keeping any of those? No. Okay, somebody just jumped in and threw everything off. They're a little bit nervous. I won't be answering questions today. I will jump on here tomorrow afternoon and answer whatever you all have. Oh, again, I will be, for the people who are in Louisville or will be in Louisville, Kentucky, January 22nd, that's on a Friday, from 6 to 8, I will be doing live tarot and channeling at Virtue Lounge and Bar. That's 103 West Oak Street. That's from 6 to 8, January 22nd. So if you want to come, it's all free. My service is all free. To enter the bar, obviously, is free. I do ask the people that do come to support me to get a message or anything. I do ask that it is a black-owned business. Excuse me. I do ask that you all, they are amazing black guys. I've known these guys literally since I was 18, 19 years old, and we're in our 34s, mid 30s, all of us. So they're awesome guys. Amazing black fathers, entrepreneurs, obviously. So I just asked you all to support the all-female bartender staff because they're awesome. And then the kitchen staff that's in the back, the food is amazing. So I just asked you to do that. That would be it. Everything else is free. Sorry. There we go. Is that the only thing? You got Galila Jack. But you got him in the reverse. He looks like the... what do you call that? Not the, he could be the Temperance card, but I'm not really sure. No. Not the Temperance card. He could be. He could be the Temperance card. I could be wrong, but he could be. Give me 1 second. The first card that you got out was the pot card. And as I said, to me, that looks like it's the moon. And mind you, this reading is for masculines who are single. We're helping clear up some blockages. We're going over spending and poor spending and dating habits. We're going over just kind of stepping into and finding yourselves, kind of clearing away some of that old stuff because these new cycles are coming up, and I just kind of want you all to be prepared. So that way when you all are standing in the room with the person that you know you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with, you know it the second that you turn around and she's walking through the door. Like, hey bro, let me hold that thought real quick. That's my forever person. I at least got to go introduce myself tonight. Like, I may not get everything that I need tonight. We may not get married tomorrow. But I know that that's her. Like, I want you to be able to do that. I want you to be so in line with yourself that when you see your person, you know it's them. And you're not just aimlessly spending money, dating, and tricking off on chicks that just literally called you because she didn't feel like cooking. Let me see if so-and-so will buy me a meal. Flirt with him a little bit. He'll ask to take me to dinner. I'll say, yeah, that way I ain't got to cook. Like, I'm dead ass. I don't want you all to keep doing that because females do that stuff too, and it's not cool. So as much as they think that, you know, guys are used for, women are used for sex, men are used for a lot of things too. I'm sorry, I had forgot what I was looking for. Pa. Where am I at? And I was wrong. That's not the, what's his face? That was not Temperance. That was something else. Oh, but Pa is the moon card. Like I said, I was right about that. It says, and they all have these pretty little quotes, so I'm going to read it. They are from the Bible, so don't let them offend you. And for the precious fruits brought forth by the sun, and for the precious things put forth by the moon. It says Deuteronomy 33:14. I don't know. The plant is the moonflower. They all come with a plant that's healing that you can either put in your tea, cook with, grow, or something to be near as for a healing nature. So I don't know. I noticed that men or people generally are getting into a lot of plants and stuff. So the plant for that is the moonflower. It says, oh, sorry. That's what the card looks like for those of you who forgot. A grandfather and a grandson are sitting on the steps in front of a porch enjoying each other's company. The moon shines brightly above them. Grandpa has his Prince Hall regalia on, and his grandson is wearing a fez. This card reflects the fact that Black American men were once the most populous members of various secret societies and fraternal orders in the United States. The word moon has its origin in Anglo-Saxon with word Mona, and it was associated with masculinity. In fact, this was also the case for the ancient Egyptians, Karaokes, Arabs, this looks like Bacobus, Inuits, Teutonons, I'm probably messing all of this up, Latins, and many others that may come as a surprise to many. And the moon has been associated with femininity in Western minds for quite some time. Which is funny because for those who don't know what I do, my official title is Mother Earth. I'm a Cancer, so I rule the moon. My spiritual journey was me coming into my femininity. I was masculine all the way. So this saying that it started out as a ruler of man, and then it probably took over because when it manifested this time around, it was me, and I'm little bitty old, I'm a female. So for Western, it took my form of feminine form, even though to the core I'm masculine and I had to learn how to be feminine. Anyhow, um, the gendering of, you want me to keep reading? Okay, yeah. The gendering of objects as one or another is not right or wrong, but instead merely reflects the cultural perspective on the nature of things. For the majority of the matriarchal Black Americans, the moon may be a fitting symbol for patriarchs, for our bloodline in its entirety, for our grandfathers. The moon is illuminated by the light from the sun, yet there is always a side that remains. You want me to keep reading this? Okay, good. This is a lot. It says, when the pod card appears in a reading, you are being asked to consider that you may not know everything there is to know about a situation at hand. Not only that, but the details are possibly being purposely hidden from you. Most likely there is no concrete proof that you are being deceived, but you undoubtedly sense something is wrong. Pa may also be trying to tell you that sometimes you may seek truths that may have been intentionally veiled or obscured by darkness to protect them. Everyone knows the most valuable and precious items are kept out of reach from casual browsers or lazy thieves who don't want to do the work to attain for themselves. This is why our money, jewels, and other precious things are kept in boxes, vaults, and other secure and conspicuous locations where they will be safe. So it is with certain knowledge that all is well. Another meaning of Pa could be highlighting the necessities to get treatment for anxieties and depressions, to face your fears and seek clarity. That's what this was for. So Pa for the masculines would be that last part. For some of you all, it is that first portion. That is why I read it. I did want to give clarification on the description of the card for those of you all who can't see it as well. I'm not sure how well you are able to see that. That is why I did read the description. But for the majority of Black men, that another meaning of Pa could be highlighting the necessities to get treatment for anxieties and depression, to face your fears and then seek clarity. They say if you receive the pod card in a reading, consider the following. You might be deceiving someone. You are in danger or delusional thinking. You have some inner demons. Are you ready to face them? That is that's one of the biggest ones for you all, is going into facing them. Whatever or whoever is getting on your nerves has to go. It's affecting your health. That is something that you all have to take very seriously. I do not care if it is a mother, father, sister, brother, child. I literally have no problem saying this. And I know probably some of my family is like, why are you broadcasting? For me, it's not a broadcast. I'm okay with it. It hurt my feelings. I'm okay sharing my hurts with you all. This is part of my journey. I had to make my daughter go live with her father. She did not want to respect my boundaries for my home, for her siblings, for school, for anything. So that's what I'm saying. So it's like, who or whatever is getting on your nerves has to go. It's affecting Sky was affecting my health all around. Like mentally, I'm just done. Tired of getting phone calls from teachers, tired of checking this, yelling about that, getting on that. No, I'm done. So men, you have to do that too. And a lot of these little chicken head females y'all be chasing, it's really getting on y'all's nerves. It's affecting your health. Mentally, physically, emotionally, because all they're doing is constantly punching old trigger buttons from relationships that you haven't completely healed from. So do the work on that and stop trying to just date around just because you're sitting in the house bored. I literally just posted things that men can do and women can do. Women, they tend to sit if they get downtime, because a lot of us work, or moms or whatever, they sit and they get downtime and then they watch reality TV. It's cool to watch reality TV. Make sure it's positive and uplifting. Learn something if you're going to be watching that. That's why I posted for the females to be watching, like, we're into fashion, we're into nails, hair, makeup. They have all those kind of shows for that. For models who are walking, America's Next Top Model. I don't care if you've seen them all or haven't seen them. Get into it. It's like 22 cycles of that shit. If you want to start self-caring, do that. They go through complete makeovers. You see things that you like to do. It's a lot of y'all aspiring to be all those kind of things. Learn. They're making clothes. A lot of you all are doing that. do that. Get inspired by somebody who is on the up and coming. This stuff is recent. Within the last year, 2 years, 5 years, this stuff is on the up and coming. And these people really work with big name people. Next in Fashion, a lot of those people, they dress Beyonce, Michelle Obama, things like that. Get inspired. If you're going to be watching something, be inspired. So for the men, I had posted, a lot of guys get tattoos. Netflix and cable, they offer tattoo shows. They offer car shows on how to fix things, on how to anything. If you are going to sit down and watch something, let it be a personal story. Let someone tell you how they came to the rise of where they are. Not just sports. Let it be historic. It could be, even if it's Hollywood's perspective on, even if it's a mafia story, that's cool to learn how things came about, because a lot of those places are impoverished, and you see why they did the things that they did and how. Learn how to move secretively. How to keep your relationships discreet, how to hold people close, what you do and tell people when you don't know, if you trust them or not, like those kinds of stories. It's okay to get invested in those kinds of things, not just video games and keep constantly checking your phone to see if anybody DM'd you or you're posting on snaps or something other such. Step away from those kinds of things. Read a book, and everybody doesn't like to. That's why I said, if you're going to be watching something, let it be something that's going to be a learning lesson for you. Let it be something that you want to tell somebody, not just something that somebody's just some mess. I'm sorry, but y'all watch killer stuff and all this ridiculous mess. Messy mess. That's what I call it. Y'all watch messy mess and then wonder why y'all lives keep unfolding messy, because it's all you watch. You're surrounded by it. You're engulfed in somebody else's. What are you expecting your life to reflect? It's all you look at. Your phone, you looking at it. You join these clubs on Facebook to see, is this your man or is this your person, or what, all that silly stuff, and y'all laughing and reposting and all that kind of stuff. That's goofy. Don't get involved in that. Now's the time to be doing for self. Mind you, this reading is for men. Single men. You got the big house. This is the Tower card, but you got it in reverse. So obviously the worst of whatever you all was happening, 2020 seemed like to be the worst for everybody. So the worst of whatever you all is going through is over. For men get lonely too. That's why that's why y'all check y'all account to see if you got an extra $50 to spend on whoever to take them out, because you're not going to be able to hang with her if you're not going to be able to do whatever. You got to go somewhere, got to do something. Corona really helped y'all from that, because now y'all didn't have to really take nobody out. It was more so about them cooking. Well, how about you cook and then I bring the drink, or, we'll use my Netflix account, or whatever. It was like meeting in the middle. For real. It was. And if you was eating out, it wasn't those extravagant meals. It was like, hey, you want to grab some, well, mind you, I know some of y'all don't live here, but I'm talking locally. Like, do you want me to grab some sharks, or do you want me to grab Indies or Chicken King, or just something good on the way, and then we snack it up, and then we sit and watch movies, like those kinds of things. We're not spending $40, $50, $80, $120 every time we go out. Maybe we just spent $15 on a 15-piece. We use your food stamp card to get snacks, and I brought alcohol. We're cool. Like those kinds of things. That's it. So you got the Tower card, which means that the worst of whatever you all is going through is over. Like I said, it's just clearing those blockages, knowing where and how to spend your money. I know that men tend to, and I know this is people, period, but okay, so somebody is telling me don't say it, so I won't. But don't excessively go out and spend on like shoes and clothes and upgrading silly stuff to your cars, or even upgrading a car, period, and adding extra to your note or your insurance, or moving when you really don't necessarily have to. You know what I mean? Don't try to impress anybody but you. Stay on your level. When Meek said there's levels to this shit, he meant he was just at his. I swear to God. He was not asking y'all to chase what he got. Because half of y'all don't want bikes. A lot of y'all niggas is scared of them. So, like, you don't want bikes, and you don't want, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that type of lifestyle. Y'all niggas is not trying to rap. I get none of that. So when he was saying there's levels to it, he's saying find yours. Re-listen to the song. I swear to God, that's what he's talking about. Finding your level to this shit and then just expanding on it. Your way. I don't know. As far as these blockages, like I said, that is going going through and having those conversations with your fathers or your uncles or with your friends or even with yourselves, like I said earlier, in the Divine Masculine, to directly conversation to Divine Feminines for people who are on another path. It's journaling, getting those feelings out. You may not be able to speak them to your father. Maybe y'all don't have a close relationship. Maybe that does hurt you. Maybe you don't have people that you feel like you can talk about that to. Maybe you want to see how you feel about it first. Okay. Maybe you want to see how you feel about it first before you talk to one of your good friends about it. So maybe seeing it down on paper and seeing how these feelings make sense, or maybe seeing if there was something different that you could have done in the relationship to maybe reach out a little more. Because remember, it does take two. And people do have pride. So sometimes it's like, hey, if you give a little, I'll give a little, and we can meet somewhere. So I think about men, for them, it is an ego pride thing. So if you can pull back on that, that would be awesome. It wouldn't make your house, and if you see it, instead of looking at the burning house through the rose-colored glasses, you know what I mean? It wouldn't. You would be able to see the good portions that's coming out of it, instead of feeling like you're looking at a burning flame through rose-colored glasses, because the Tower card came out in reverse. So clearly, whatever the worst is over. So what you're seeing through these rose-colored lenses of what something could be, the start of something new, i.e. these new cycles, brand new foundations of death and rebirth that owed you to this brand new you who is looking to something new, the worst of it is over. All you have to do is get out of that mindset of thinking old ways about yourself. You know, don't bring those old negative ways of thinking to this new you. Your house is no longer on fire. It's like some of you all think you are still walking on hot coals when you're walking on warm ashes. Just all in kind of how you look at it. You got Galila Jack. Give me 1 second. He's the hangman. Galila Jack has a noose around his neck, but his face is serene. He has a Congo cosmogram and as his third eye. It says, when Galila Jack appears in a reading, you are most likely feeling stuck or severely limited. This card asks that you endure any discomfort, pain, or humiliation nobly until it is time to get moving again. In the meantime, there is nothing that you can do except be patient. This would be an excellent time to take up a course of study, like I just said, meditation practice, reading, philosophy, praying, whatever you all believe in. Just whatever you're doing, just make sure you're doing it for yourself. Don't do it because somebody said, hey, come to this church. You don't have to belong to a church. You don't have to belong to a group. You don't have to belong to anything. Belong to yourself. Be able to get your feelings out to yourself. If you can't deal with them, that's why you're not telling them to somebody else. They can't fix it. Let that make sense. Anyway, ask for some wisdom to know exactly what to do on how to get it done. Once in your life, it's no longer on pause. Whatever you do, don't try to resist or force things to proceed prematurely. This card is a reminder to be man or woman enough to accept any consequences of your actions. If the current stalemate is direct results of your own ignorance or bad choices, then tough shit. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. You'll be free once the necessary lessons have been learned. Galila Jack could also be trying to tell you that sometimes the sacrifices of your own desires for the greater good of the whole is the right thing to do. You all got this card in reverse. So it says, if you receive Galila Jack in the reading, consider in the following: wait, pause, reflect. It's okay to be vulnerable sometimes. So they're saying, you all, for the guys who are a little, okay, so I'm talking to two different guys at this point. Two different types of guys. Some of you all have done this inside work, and they're just asking you to be patient on the things that you ask for because your manifestations are rolling in. Other of you guys have not done this, and they're saying, you know, you're asking like, bro, I'm trying to get this off the ground. But really, if that business popped off the ground, your life isn't in order. You don't have someone to watch your kids. You don't have proper transportation. You don't have the proper license. You don't have the proper this. You don't have the proper things to really get that stuff going. So if it popped right now, you wouldn't be ready. So don't ask for things prematurely. Don't just say it because it sounds good because I want to have it. There is level, like, hey, back to me. There's levels to the shit. That's how that works. Don't get lost trying to be on somebody else's level. Stay on yours. They're moving on to another deck for you all. They look like they're talking to you all out of 3, maybe 4, possibly 4 decks. I'm not sure. And then that will be the end of you all's message. And like I said, I will be on here tomorrow to answer questions for you all. So I will have my screen open on my laptop to where I can see you all's questions. Again, this reading is for masculines who are single. We're just helping clearing some blockages, going over some fears, letting go of some anxieties, knowing how to do the inner work, letting go of some poor spending habits, like those kinds of things. So, realizing that we've got a nice energy that is being carried right now, and we're going to utilize that. I got chapstick somewhere now. I can't find it. So, the message that you got right now is that you're letting this last little breakthrough, these last little blockages, you're letting the fact that you're at the end of it, you're thinking, oh man, I thought I was at a lot of the masculines were thinking that they were through everything when really they were in the eye of the storm. So if you're in the eye of it, that means that you still got to push your way out, i.e. those last little blockages, clearing up spending habits, chicken head girls that you're hanging out with, letting your mom or your father get up underneath your skin by saying the same old redundant stuff, hanging out with old stupid friends that you should have outgrown, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know, those kind of things. Realizing or thinking that you were at the end and noticing that you were really at the end of it and you have those last little things to clear out. You were letting the fact that you knew you were at the end, you're letting it stress you out. Don't do that. Don't get in your head with the fact that it was like, man, I thought I was at the end. If you're in the eye of the storm and you're pushing your way out, you are at the end. It takes nothing to step out. If you ever look at a tornado and it's like this, you get sucked in, and yes, you're in it and you're trying to figure your way out, but the second that you find a loophole to get out, those people, they get spit out. So you have to be at the end. So now wouldn't be the time to let all this shit stress you out and make you unravel because they're asking you to clear out those last little things. It's like maybe you got stuck in the storm and you got your head covered in some debris and you're trying to get it off and, so it can spit you out. That's it. Like, dang, I saw it going around. I got to get this thing off my head that's it. Don't let that last little thing, it was like, man, I just seen the door. Now I got this damn piece of plastic in my face and I can't see nothing. Don't let that last little thing trip you up. It's not worth it because you already did the hard work. That's the pointless portion of it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really stepped in. So, no point to let it bother you. And at the bottom of the deck is control. And that's what they're asking you all to take right now of yourselves. Know what your triggers are. Know why little bitty things stress you out. Know who you're not supposed to be hanging with. Know where you're not supposed to be going. Knowing where you're not supposed to be spending money. Knowing who's using you, knowing who, like all those things, getting those things underneath control. That's all. Clearing up things, cleaning out old things, old basketballs that are deflated, footballs, jerseys that you all no longer wear. You can donate that stuff if you all aren't going to use it as like vintage wear. I know everything is making a comeback, but if you know that you're not going to put it on and you're not saving it for a kid, donate it, sell it. I don't give a damn, but get it out of your energetic space. Because if you got stuff there, then you keep telling yourself you don't have space for new stuff to come in when my closet is already full of shit that you're not wearing. Clear it out. I don't care who you give it to. Hey, bro, you like these? Here you go. That's tithing. For those of you all who go to church, that is tithing. That's given to somebody who you know is going to put it on their feet, who's going to put it on their back, who's going to eat it, who's going to use it, who's going to cook with it, who's going to whatever with it. I don't care. Who's going to drive it. Who's going to live in it. I don't care. You're giving it to somebody who's actually going to use it. That is tithing. And the universe will pay you back. That's how that works. So, it's clearing, sometimes for the men, just like women, it's clearing out things too. Men hold on to gifts. It's that shirt, remember back in 2018, we was in Miami when I was dating so-and-so, and she bought me all that shit from the mall, and like half that shit you don't wear. Get rid of it. Just because she bought you that shit don't mean you still got to keep it, especially if you're not wearing it. Then your fashion sense done changed. You're not wearing that shit no more. Get rid of it. Don't mean you didn't like it. You liked it at the time. You think that at the time. What is it? What's her name? Monica Calhoun. And I don't know what her name was in the movie. I talk about celebrities as if I know. I only know people's real names because I like to know their names. What she's saying, Sister Act, it was cool for what it was, but it wasn't all that. That's all it was. Gotta go. Like, it's not that serious. Divine single masculines are asking to allow your intuition to guide you. So, like, listen to your gut. So, usually, they're asking if somebody says something, and don't go with your first thought. Go with your first feeling. So, not what your first thought was. Take a second with your thought and then see how it makes you feel. That's what you want to act on. That's what you want to start listening to. That would be the voice of God everybody keeps talking about. It was like God all of a sudden start talking to me. It's if you listen to your gut so many times, then you can actually hear yourself out loud. So when people are like, God was talking directly to me. Nope, it was your higher self talking directly to you. You're that in line and in tune with yourself that you can hear your own voice instead of hearing thousands of others telling you how it's not going to work, or you should do it like this, or it should be like that, or I would do it like that, or whatever. You're only in tune with your own. That's why I keep telling you, it's the God inside of you. It's not one special person. That's why God don't have a face, because the face of your God is yours. Only you know what you want. Only you know how to get it. It's believing in yourself enough to do it. That's it. I swear, y'all think there's more to that story, and it is not. That's why there is no face, because it's everybody. Do some people rank higher than others when it comes to like spirituality, as far as like teachings and stuff? Of course, you always have somebody that's going to be a teacher, someone who learned it first, so that way they can keep giving back, so that way you can keep giving back. That's the message of it, is to keep giving back, so those people never lose sight of who they are. So you're born knowing who you are. From day one, you keep knowing who you are. You never slip off that path. That's what happened to all of us. We got slipped off the path. They stole our everything. We stopped being able to tell ourselves our story. We started telling that same old story, and that became everybody's. We're not doing that anymore. Congratulations, right? Sorry, they're done with this deck. They're gonna give you all some Animal Spirit Tarot. They will pull 3 cards from here. I will read them, and then I will close this out. I really do hope that this helps somebody. Again, I will be doing live tarot and channeling for on January 22nd. That's a Friday at Virtue Lounge and Bar. It's 103 West Oak Street. That's in Louisville, Kentucky. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to come and see me. Get a message, learn something about yourself, learn something, get a message from a loved one or whatever. Okay. I'm not gonna keep any of those. I'll just try this again. I don't know what that was about. First card out is the Bat. Looks like you're hiding all of your talent for your foundation. It's got a lot of sacral chakra, the orange, and then the red is the root chakra. So that would be your foundation, and then right here in your gut. So that's what I'm saying, listening to your gut, but really standing on finding your root. Those are for the single men. That's what I'm saying, finding places to really invest in, spend your money, If you are adding to your home, make sure that's an apartment or a townhome that you know that you're going to be in the next 3 to 5 years because you're working towards a goal or something of the such. Those kind of goals. But we'll see what the bat means. But for me, that's what I see. Got 2 more cards to come out of here. Give me 1 second. Thank you all for those who like and share my videos. Turtle. Turtle is slowing down, which is what they had asked you all to do. Thank you for that last one. And then a fish. We'll read the back first. Bottom of the deck is otter. This is beautiful. Oh, single masculines. Hey, I'm excited for you all. This is beautiful overall energy to have for you all. It's reading the otter. Oh, that almost makes me want to tear up for you all. Wait till you all hear what this card means. I'm excited for y'all. Let me get a drink of water. I'm super excited for you all. That is beautiful energy, you all. That's exciting, childlike energy, getting back to yourself, rediscovering. That is... Okay, let's go. That was the first one that came out. Where am I? Okay, yeah. Here we go. That. Sorry, the sleeve is starting to piss me off. Darkness, letting go, death leading to rebirth. That's what I just said. I was talking to 2 different ones. This one is for the guys who are shedding that old way of thinking, letting go. We're starting afresh, brand new cycles. Here we go. Let's do this thing. Okay. Before emerging, the bat awaits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. The darkness in it, in the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of subtle sense, are the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on in just a few hours. A new day dawns. No more lingering in the past, which is what we said. We're just clearing those old things because we're stepping into these new cycles and we want brand new things. We're looking at brand new outcomes. We're having brand new ways of thinking, right? When in balance, accepts, adapts, and adjusts. When out of balance, refuses to let go and constantly reminisces to bring into balance, watch the sunrise. And I was just talking about getting out into nature. If you can, a lot of people, I know work has slowed down for some people, maybe pick one of these days to, like, if you're hanging out and you decided to go out and you're staying up late and maybe you're leaving the whoever's house and you're headed back home and it's like 3 or 4 in the morning, give it that extra 45 minutes to an hour and watch the sunrise. It's going to be beautiful. It's very peaceful, very calming. Maybe pick a park. I know the city has a lot of places with water that you can just kind of pull up to. You don't even have to get out of your car, leave it running, stay warm and stuff, but just still kind of watch it. Men like things like that too. I don't know why y'all act like y'all don't. Y'all can do that shit by yourself. You ain't got to take some chick that, hey, you want to go watch. No, do that shit. Take time for yourself. This is what it's about. It's the death and rebirth of yourself. When you want to meet you first before you introduce you to somebody else. Right? That's what this is. Don't hide that. Don't hide the fact that y'all got new foundations and stuff coming in. You know? You got encouraging things. You can accept and adapt to new things and ideas coming your way. Don't do that. You got that. That's awesome. Turtle card. 1 second. Gotta find it in this book. Oh, there's the fish. And there's the turtle. So I'll put the fish here. Okay, the turtle card. Ancient soul. Grounded, which is what I was saying about the bat. Grounded, trusting, at home in the self. Did you hear that? At home in the self, in oneself, honey. In the self is where it counts. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality like the beaver. The turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and the water elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to deeper truths of life, no matter where they are or where their travels lead them. Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences underneath their shells for later use. Who has a better story to tell than a black man? And I don't give a fuck how old you are. Life has affected you. This world, society has affected you. People have said, done any and everything. You've heard any and everything. You've seen people that look like you go through any and everything more than anybody. Who would be better to tell a story to help somebody else out in any kind of way than you all? Anyhow, the most potent turtle energy helps us close all other books and begin to tell our own true tale. Ain't that what we just said? Death and rebirth. Close this chapter, tell our own true tale. I love when the whole thing just comes together. It's just a little beautiful little story being told. I love when it all just ties in. When in balance, peaceful, adventurous, and productive. When out of balance, slows down almost to a complete halt to bring into balance and adventure. Sometimes sneaking out of town and going by yourself be the best thing. Indianapolis is like, what, an hour and a half, 2 hour ride from here? Ride up there, kick it in a hotel by yourself, maybe hit the mall a little bit, you're swimming, you're lounging, watch a couple things, try a couple places to eat, maybe stay a night or two, and then take your ass home. You don't have to even be with people. Sometimes you meet the best people when you're not being surrounded by people that you know. It gives you the opportunity to meet somebody that you don't. Some of y'all don't know how to detach, and men don't do that well. Men like to go places with people. I notice that I go places alone, and a lot of men that I know don't. And they be 6 times my size, especially me, because I'm a little bitty old thing. They be way bigger than me. Because if they pull up alone, they walked in and there's like literally 5 dudes already waiting on them. They don't really try that. Instead of going out of town and spending money on a female, spend something on yourself. That way you can get the steak and the lobster and then go back the next night and get the scampi and the whatever if you want to, and the dessert, because you're not spending on 2. If you're spending on 2, let that 2 be for you. Remember, I always say it's more than okay to love more than one person as long as one of them is yourself. Okay? The fish. Restlessness, change of focus, lost in the current, which is what I was saying about you all trying to clear these last little blockages, which is what we're working on, so we're going to do that. The fish loves to be submerged in life's current. Nothing pleases it more than the movement, and more movement. The roaming lifestyles of the fish may be exhilarating for a while, but usually leads to weariness and slippery relationships. With all possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish becomes lost without clear goals or intentions. Spend some time with the lunar, the moon, forces, dear fish, as the peace and calm of the moon, told you, will soothe your soul. When in balance, adaptable and travels well, just told you all. When out of balance, distracted and changes mind often. To bring into balance, set a small goal and accomplish it. I asked you all to start learning something. I don't care if it's chess. You can start a little 50-piece, maybe 100-piece puzzle. Maybe it's something to do with your kids. I don't care what it is. Get a 300-piece puzzle and say you and your kids are going to sit down and just kind of put pieces in it. Maybe it takes you a week to finish it. I don't care what it is. Do something. Because this, like I said, this poor spending habits leads to ugly relationships. That's why y'all on this month, off 3 months later, always fighting, always this. Do you talk to him? He's talking to her. Y'all don't want to be next to each other. It's always something. You're bouncing between this person, that person, that person. Can't let this person know. Everything is a slippery. No, that's where we're leaving. So that's what we want to make sure we're leaving that, because we already know that we're stepping into these new cycles and we want to tell our own stories. So there's no reason to keep this type of energy anywhere near us at all. So if you're thinking like the fish, be the fish in reverse. Swim against the current. Go find your own. The last card is Otter Spirit, which is awesome. I know you're all going to love this. I think I just passed it. Oh no, that was oyster. I'm sorry. Here we go. Otter. Unobstructed joy, playfulness, and contentment. Perhaps the most joyful creature within the animal spirit deck. The otter represents absolute bliss, Otter energy is the playfulness of a child, available to us at any age. They have the giddiness and the reverence for life in itself. Without the presence of doubt, worry, or skepticism, imagine yourself with a little more otter energy. What would life look like? What would it take to bring you there? The otter card begs these questions and wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. The celebration awaits. When in balance, full of love and needs nothing. When out of balance, gloomy, sighs a lot and makes silly excuses. To bring into balance, a dance party or a celebration. It is okay to get out. And even if you're just dancing in your house while you cleaning up, that's a celebration. You should ask the people around here, when I am just out, I will be cleaning up this whole house or walking and just trying to, just stepping outside. I have my headphones in. I'm a whole dance party by myself. I look like a whole party by myself, and I'm just standing out here about to take out the garbage. It is okay to do silly things. It's okay to have this childlike energy, because when you adults get set in their ways, and if you see a kid, it's like, why are you doing that? You weren't even doing that last week. Yeah, because something with a kid is always changing. Well, you don't eat that no more? Or you don't like the show no more? Well, I got you this. Oh, well, dang. You ever bought a kid a bedspread or like a shirt or something? They'd be like, I don't watch that. I ain't watched that in like 6 months. You'd be like, damn, I thought you was still into that. No. You know why? Because they're never swimming with the current. They like the movement and more movement, but kids like their own. They want to do it their way. It is okay to take on and literally be engulfed in that energy. It is perfectly fine. That means you're constantly coming up with new ideas, being creative. That way you can tell your own story since you worked through this process. It's important because this cycle is hitting y'all whether you want to or not. I don't know. As always, I hope that it helped somebody. I just wanted to make sure that you all know that you're doing the work. I just don't want you to lose sight of what is coming to you, just because things tend to be moving a little bit slower. You slow down a little bit, so things slow down a little bit. Remember, you only get what you give. Give a little more, you'll get a little more. Bet on you.